The Monsterverse erupted onto the scene in 2014, with Godzilla's blistering atomic breath carving through modern skylines, a visceral reminder of nature's unforgiving scale that set the tone for a franchise built on awe and apocalypse. It surged forward with the primal, earth-rending rivalry of Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, where colossal foes delved into hidden realms for battles that blurred the line between myth and mayhem, and reached a vibrant crescendo in Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, 2024, unleashing a kaleidoscope of glowing titans and underground spectacles that left theaters trembling. These cinematic juggernauts excel at delivering heart-stopping grandeur, empires of ice shattering under seismic fury, ancient guardians trading blows that echo through the planet's core. But they've occasionally leaned so heavily into the spectacle that the human element risks fading into the debris. That's where Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, Season 1, 2023, on Apple TV Plus strides in as the unassuming powerhouse, not merely participating in the roar, but redefining it from the shadows. Across its taut 10-episode arc, this series doesn't just expand the lore. It infuses the Monsterverse with a profound emotional resonance, positioning it as the franchise's true pinnacle, an intimate excavation of trauma and truth that arguably outshines every film in depth and daring, drawing haunting parallels to Toho's Oscar-sweeping Godzilla -1, 2023. Season 1 transforms kaiju from distant deities into deeply personal harbingers, and with a chilling glimpse of a formidable new sea titan in yesterday's Season 2 trailer, it promises to escalate the terror to oceanic extremes, where power isn't just measured in roars but in the ripples that drown worlds. At its core, Season 1's supremacy stems from its bold pivot. In a saga synonymous with blockbuster excess, it chooses vulnerability over volume, crafting a narrative where the monster's shadows loom largest in the quiet moments, leaping across eras, from the mushroom clouds of 1950s nuclear folly to the shattered aftermath of Godzilla's 2014 rampage through San Francisco. The story orbits the unraveling Randa family siblings Kate, Anna Sawai, delivering a performance of coiled intensity that anchors every frame, and Kentaro, Ren Watabe, layering quiet brilliance with simmering doubt, alongside their elusive half-brother James, Jack Farthing, a cipher of calculated charm, peel back layers of their father's clandestine life as a monarch architect. Godzilla emerges not as a rampaging cameo, but a spectral force infiltrating their lives, his jagged silhouette haunting therapy sessions, his seismic tremors syncing with fractured heartbeats. The restraint is masterful, eschewing prolonged sequences of urban upheaval for evocative vignettes, flickering holographic archives in rain-drenched Tokyo safehouses, tense interrogations under buzzing fluorescence, and poignant flashbacks where Kurt Russell's Wyatt embodies the toll of dual timelines, his Vietnam-scarred gaze bridging human wars and titan awakenings. This isn't filler, it's the soul of the show, turning Monarch's bureaucratic veil into a metaphor for suppressed histories, where every classified file unearthed feels like exhuming a family grave. The payoff? A 95% Rotten Tomatoes triumph, eclipsing Godzilla, King of the Monsters, polarizing 42%, as reviewers hailed its fusion of pulse-quickening suspense with literary nuance. Leanly produced on a reported $150 million budget, yet expansive in ambition, Season 1 demonstrates that the Monsterverse's richest veins run through personal reckonings, Godzilla as the embodiment of generational sins, the agency's vaults as cages for our collective fears, proving a single, whispered revelation can resonate louder than 1,000 collapsing towers. These triumphs find an electrifying echo in Godzilla -1, the Toho triumph that stormed the 2024 Oscars with a groundbreaking win for Best Visual Effects, injecting fresh vitality into the kaiju canon, while reminding Hollywood that monsters thrive on emotional authenticity, set against the rubble of a defeated 1940s Japan. -1 chronicles kamikaze survivor Koichi Shikishima, Ryunosuke Kamiki, raw and riveting, as he grapples with survivor's guilt, only for Godzilla to manifest as a scaly avatar of wartime atrocities and atomic reckoning, emerging from irradiated seas not to conquer, but to confront a nation's buried wounds. The film's ingenuity shines in its tactile craftsmanship, practical miniatures devoured by controlled infernos, a hulking suitmation suit that presses oppressively into frame, all rendered on a shoestring $15 million that belies its epic intimacy. Like Koichi's fragile found family piecing together normalcy amid the ruins, the Randas in Monarch Season 1 cling to tentative reconnections in Godzilla's echoing wake, their group therapy circles mirroring -1's confessional rawness, where admissions of fear cut deeper than claws. Both wield the Lizard King as a psychological scalpel, his dorsal glow as the flare of suppressed flashbacks, his tail sweeps as metaphors for the aftershocks of loss that level inner landscapes -1's indie ethos, eschewing CGI bombast for handmade horror, earned it not just awards, but adoration, dubbed by director Gareth Edwards of the 2014 Monsterverse Godzilla as the Godzilla that heals while it horrifies. Season 1 extends this legacy into serialized splendor, threading Hollow Earth enigmas and indigenous Iwi folklore through familial threads without diluting the human pulse. If -1 etched kaiju into Oscar lore as a vessel for catharsis, Monarch, Season 1 serializes the therapy, evolving it into a multi-decade mosaic of inheritance and atonement, affirming that the franchise's apex isn't in the Alpha's clashes, but in the survivors' stares. Yesterday's Season 2 trailer, November 15th, 2025, sustains this trajectory with surgical tension, but it's the brief, bone-chilling reveal of the new antagonist, a serpentine abyssal entity whispered as the Leviathan in production scuttlebutt, that injects pure dread, surging from the trailer like a predator scenting blood. This isn't your garden-variety Titan fodder. It's a Leviathan of labyrinthine design, uncoiling from midnight blue depths with scales that shimmer in bioluminescent fury. Veins of electric azure threading a body that's equal parts elongated eel and cybernetic hydra, tendrils as broad as battleship keels lashing through turbulent swells, multifaceted eyes like fractured black pearls probing the surface world, evoking Toho's serpentine icons, Manda's elegant lethality fused with Hedorah's corrosive menace. But reimagined through Hollow Earth's mutagenic lens, it slithers into view, ensnaring a Monarch vessel in the trailer's fevered montage, metal groaning and fracturing in cascades of foam and fire. A harbinger of submersion that lingers like a submerged scream. Yet its true horror lies in untapped potency, a force engineered to upend the Titan hierarchy and render established kings mere footnotes in its tidal tyranny. Envision the Leviathan's dominion. Barbed appendages secreting a neurotoxin that etches through alloys like acid rain on flesh, discharging voltaic surges from its luminous lattice that could blacken global grids or magnetize missiles back to their launchers. Its sinuous frame enables cataclysmic propulsion, undulating through trenches, to spawn subsonic pulses that birth rogue maelstroms, swells towering 200 feet to engulf metropolises before evacuation sirens wail. Exiled from abyssal cradles by humanity's nuclear meddling, scarring the planet's undergird, this apex isn't brute force incarnate, it's cunning incarnate, deploying holographic lures from its glow to summon phantom swarms, or infiltrating tectonic seams to orchestrate subterranean symphonies of quakes that swallow skylines from below. In the Monsterverse's pantheon, where Godzilla wields thermonuclear judgment and Kong channels simian savagery, the Leviathan emerges as the insidious infiltrator, gliding silent through thermals until its embrace constricts, siphoning vitality in vampiric coils that leave husks adrift. Fan theories and leaks posit it matching King Ghidorah's atmospheric tempests in breadth, compelling desperate pacts among titans, Kong plummeting from mist-shrouded canopies to evade its undertow, Godzilla's azure beam refracted through conductive mists in submerged coliseums of steam and slaughter. If Season 1 personalized Godzilla's wrath into a familial phantom, the Leviathan personalizes the void, an existential abyss incarnate, underscoring that our gravest foes bubble from the poisoned profundities we've ignored. In raw might, it could pulverize armadas unaided, rend supercontinents asunder, and dethrone the pantheon, transmuting Season 2 into a crucible where alliances fracture and the deep reclaims its due. Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Season 1 stands not merely as great, but as the Monsterverse's luminous fulcrum, a human symphony amid the thunder, mirroring Godzilla -1's Oscar alchemy, by illustrating that kaiju captivate deepest when they reflect our fractures, with the Leviathan's coils tightening in Season 2's periphery, primed to unleash primordial pandemonium. The saga plunges Boulder into the brink. Premiering February 27, 2026, this evolution transcends mere escalation. It's immersion. The Titans don't merely awaken, they inhabit our histories, our hauntings, and now, the insatiable indigo below heed the call. The depths are calling, and their voice is a siren's dirge.